So now to go towards our end goals, we have to ask ourselves some questions. So this is just a few questions that you can ask yourself to go towards your end goals. So in the empathize mode, are you going to ask yourself, what can I do today, this week, tomorrow, that is going to put me one step closer to my goal, right? So write it down this, please. What can I do this week to put me one step closer to my goal? And what does my inner child want to happen? So let's look at let's feel our inner child. What does she want me, to happen? The second question that you're going to ask yourself towards going to your end goals, it's you're going to explore. How have you handled any challenges this week? Write down. How have you handled any challenges this week? And what else can I discover to help me move forward? What else can I discover to help me move forward? So this, you're just going to explore, right? With a big magnifying lens, you're just going to explore and feel the terrain. Just explore in your city, in your environment. Who can you connect with so you can get you close to that you want to achieve? And then you're going to ask yourself as well, and then you're going to the innovate mode, superpower, innovate superpower. What worked and what didn't, right? We're always so focused sometimes on what didn't work that we completely disregard what worked, right? And this question is really, really important to ask yourself. If something worked, do more of it. If something didn't work, don't dwell on it and just move on, let it go. Ditch it, like this material, ditch it and move on to another idea. You're going to generate a lot of ideas that some of them are not going to be that good. And that's okay. That's okay. On the innovate, you can also ask yourself, how can I make it better? And find a new outside of the box approach. So even the ones that didn't work, how can I make it better? If it's a ditch it kind of option, choice that you have to take, so be it. But if you think that maybe you can give it another go, or what didn't work, then what can you do better? So on the navigate superpower, you're going to ask yourself, what possible options do I have? What possible options do I have? What has worked in the past? What haven't you tried yet? And this is like in the decision time, when you ask yourself what possible options, and you're trying to decide if you're going that way or this way, right? In that moment, I would suggest you do the boost, a boost of confidence exercise that we did yesterday. That is going to really center you and just keep you focused on where you're going. And for the activate mode, the activate superpower, is what is the most important thing to do next? What might get in the way? Because then, if you ask yourself this question, you're prepared for what's coming. So in corporate life, we used to have like contingency plans. So if you're running your own business, or if you want to explore other avenues, then there's going to be things that is going to get in the way. So try and think about the worst case scenario, right? If the worst case scenario happens, what would I do? Also, who will be able to support you? And how will you feel when this is done? So you can also screenshot this and ask yourself these questions in your journal, so that you can start putting things in place to reach the end goals that you've put in your experiences, your growth, and your contribution.